Okay, we are live. We are live. Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom Live series. And I created this platform in order to host a platform for women to share their stories, their wisdom, how they navigate their lives, and they'll share the work that they do in the world and more. So it's a way for me to spotlight each of our members of our Facebook community, the Ageless Goddess Vibe Tribe. So if any of you are listening and you identify as female, please come on over and join us. We are creating a movement so that women can shift the perceptions for themselves around aging and shift as a bigger platform, shift our cultural beliefs around aging. And I feel the world and our country is more in need than ever for the full expression of women's voices, creativity, radiant power, and intelligence. So this week, it's Wednesday Wisdom conversation is with the fabulous Christina Connors. Welcome, Christina. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So Christina is a recording artist and a soul alignment coach. In 2016, she had the opportunity to fulfill a lifelong dream and recorded her first solo album titled Dream Bigger, Songs of Hope, Healing, and Inspiration. Currently, Christina is once again busy in the recording studio, working on an EP mini album. She believes in the power of music to heal our world, and this upcoming album is compiled of songs that Christina feels can nurture the nervous system and soothe the soul of her listeners. I love that so much. So true. Music can do that. Alongside her music project, she is co-authoring a children's audio ebook series filled with songs to help bring mindfulness tools, loving care for self, others, and the planet into every home and school. Beautiful, Christina. Welcome. That's a beautiful mission. I love it so much. And you have such a beautiful voice. I've had the honor to hear, some of your songs. I mean, your cover of The Climb. It just gives me goosebumps when I listen to it. It's so beautiful, and I can't wait to hear you sing it live. so I just want to give you a few minutes to tell us about yourself, your professional background, your personal background, that what's your story, sharing some of your story about what makes you you, and again, it's whatever it is that you feel comfortable sharing.
Thank you so much. And first of all, I want to thank you for having me. And it's been such an honor and a privilege to have connected with you and all of the Ageless Goddesses. And I think, it's not about being alone in this, and it's about collaboration and support. And that's how we make it. That's how we get ahead in our own lives and how we build a better tomorrow. So thank you. Thank you for that. I'm a 40-something happy person. And I've always valued the importance of freedom in my own life. And so I've always really followed and stayed true to that. So any job I ever held was a job that I wasn't sitting at a desk. When I was younger, waited tables. And then from there, now I've been a licensed massage therapist for 18 years. And I really do love being a massage therapist. It's an opportunity to just connect with people on a level that's intimate and really of service. So many people now in our world are stressed and have anxiety, and it's unfortunate that we don't trust one another. And just the fact that people allow me into their home and trust me is just such an important thing for me. I do have a background in music. I did go to school for music theater, actually, at the Hart School in Hartford, Connecticut, way back when. And I traveled the world with my music in my 20s. I was on a cruise ship. Yeah, I worked on a cruise ship based out of Italy.
Very cool.
So that was when all my friends were getting married and popping out kids, I was, in Egypt and Brazil, and I was all over the place. So that kind of opened my eyes. And I think that's where the value of freedom came into my world, was like, I just want to have that ability to just be free and not be so bogged down. Because I think that we all just are so busy, and which leads me into what I'm doing now. I think that now more than ever, we need to make space to connect with our own inner world of thoughts and feelings. as adults, and I'm doing something with children and for parents, because I think that children, the whole mirror neuron thing, they watch us. There's that osmosis. So if we learn to be present and acknowledge inner feelings and tapping into our own internal guidance system, which we all have,
Yep.
then you can do it together with children. It's not about, we need to learn together. So that's where I'm at now. And with my EP, it's like I've always been childlike in nature. And years ago, I have a 26-year-old niece, and she's 22 years younger than me. And my brother used to always call her my name and me her name, and he used to say, "Well, always felt like you were the same person." So I've always kind of had that childlike nature, and I never lost it. And I
don't ever lose it. I don't think you will.
No, I know. And so anyway, so the EP really is 5 songs, and it's all the songs bring me back anyways to my childhood, like Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie and Pure Imagination. I feel like the adults, we need to get back in touch with that innocence and that childlike nature within ourselves, because that's where we're going to get the inspiration. That's where we're going to get outside our locked perspectives. We need to, the only way we're going to build a better tomorrow is to opening up to things we hadn't thought of.
And a beginner's mind, right? Having that beginner's mind, and just not thinking we know we have the wisdom, but that doesn't mean we want to lose that childlike wonder.
That's to me, that's the key. And so, so that's going to coincide with this audio ebook series that I'm working on, which I'm really excited about. I created an animated utopia with a friend of mine. It's called The Soulful Forest. And we take kids and families and schools, and starting with the preschoolers, into these places where they're going to learn mindfulness, where they're going to learn gratitude at the Gratitude Garden, and all the amazing animals in the Soulful Forest, which to me is the animated utopia, which I believe is the new way we need to be living in our world.
Wow. So wait, tell me, can I just double click on that? So what is that? So that's a actual, like, an animated that they watch on like a TV or a computer, or?
Well, I don't know. Well, we're in the process of pitching. We're working on different stories, whether or not my dream is for it to be an animated series. But we'll probably start simple with an audio ebook, because I am going to where the kids go to my house. It's Christina's cottage, and outside my backyard window is the Soulful Forest. So kids go into the forest through my house.
But it's online. It's not actually at your house.
Well, no, it'll be all online.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's not out yet. We're still in the process, and we're in the process of pitching it to producers, hopefully as an animated series, which is my dream. Or we'll start with an audio ebook series, which is fine. But my album was titled Dream Bigger. So
absolutely. Yeah. Keep dreaming bigger. There's no, you don't need to keep it into anything, but you just keep working it until you get there, but you'll get there. I have no doubt in my mind.
I do.
That's
too.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to kind of double stop on the fact of just the gift of being a massage therapist to people. I think that it's just that people, crave touch, especially now. And it is that a way of receiving, you're receiving that touch that I think it's actually a real survival, I think, need for people to have that touch. So, you're providing a lot more than, I think, than just relieving muscles. It's really just like providing this kind of basic need to be touched, because some people who live alone and some people who just, so that I love that.
And I've been doing it for 18 years, so I'm kind of getting burnt out physically. So I'm kind of slowly moving towards massaging people with my voice instead through through the album and through the children's project, because, it's energy. So I think that people can feel nurtured and soothed by my voice just the same.
Oh, absolutely. Music and your voice is very, very soothing. And again, the physicality of a massage. I forgot that. I wasn't focusing on that, but it's true. Yeah. And your voice is just... I love how you put it in your bio. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So can you share some some of your career highlights or moments that you're most proud of thus far. There will be many more coming in the future, but thus far, or pivotal moments or things that, that have impacted you greatly.
Well, it's interesting because I grew up watching The Love Boat. Did you watch The Love Boat?
Of course.
And, and so I had this kind of dream when I was a little girl that I wanted to live like Julie McCoy. And when we were graduating college, music school, everyone was like, where do you want to go? Of course, everyone was like Broadway. And I was like, I want to go on a cruise ship. I want to go on a cruise ship. So I literally fulfilled that dream a few years after graduating college. So I ended up traveling the world for 3 years, singing 3 nights a week, loving every moment of it. I was just so blessed. And
Wow.
that definitely was a pivotal moment for me. Once again, as I was saying, it really got me to realize that, there's so much to see in the world and so many cultures to appreciate. Because, when you're working in Europe, like in the shop was run by, the Eastern European, and then, different cultures. Britain was running the entertainment, other than, of course, me, it was a singer, and the cruise line was Italian. So we had to all come together. It didn't matter what culture was, but we all had to provide a service and come together to ensure that, the passengers had a good service. And that was the first time I realized it's like, we're all the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we really need to come together as a global community too, because it's like it's not about me, it's about us
That's
together.
okay.
How can we serve together and make a better world? And we all want the same thing. And that's one thing I learned. And then second one was creating my album Dream Bigger. It was all the songs of a dear friend of mine, David Friedman, who was a dream composer.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved his music. He always wrote songs from his heart and songs that really touched me in my soul, and were healing for me. So the fact that I not only had met him but was able to do an entire album of his music, to me, what I realized, it was like there's synchronicity all around us.
Yes.
That if we don't pay attention to it, it's like, with the cruise ship gig, and
Yeah.
it's like that was a dream, and then I had it, and then dreaming of meeting David Friedman. Oh, I met him. And doing his album and spend Thanksgiving with him now. And so I don't think that's coincidental. I think it's synchronistic because I was listening, I was paying attention. And that's why this children's project with the teachers and the preschoolers, starting with the preschool, will go up to high school, but getting everyone to remember we have that, but you have to quiet our minds enough to listen and to pay attention. And so, and that's why I was able to fulfill those lifelong dreams, was because I listened.
You listened, you believed,
and I trusted.
And you set the intention. You said I want to work on the Love Boat. I mean, that's, so, and then you spent 3 years. I mean, that's manifestation, and that's the law of attraction. And that's how, it's, again, I completely agree, but that's how the universe works. And I wish we were taught that as children, because I was not. And now that I know that, it's life changing, I think. And it's life. It's like, that the universe has your back,
Well, exactly. And, that's the thing. And it's like, and it's also trusting the process, because more than likely you're not going to receive it the way you think.
Absolutely. Right.
So it's not like you can really technically make it happen. It's about just feeling it in your heart and visualizing and knowing that it's here now, and then just following the crumbs. And then next thing you know, you'll get a call and there it is. It's like,
yeah, so, I love it. I love that so much. Amazing. So we're going to shift a little bit. Because our group is about changing the paradigm around aging. I'm just curious if what you think about kind of the way that the media has portrayed us as we grow older, and the beauty and the fashion industries like kind of target only younger people. Pretty much, it's changing slightly, but I think it's toxic and dangerous. And I think that I believe we're just getting started, and we have the more wisdom, and we have so much more to bring to the table as we have more life experience. So I'm curious your take on that, your thoughts on that.
Well, coming from the entertainment industry, exasperates that. I remember, it's funny. I remember when I worked on the cruise ships, feeling like I didn't look good. And I look back at these pictures and I'm like, if I could go back, and I think that it is unfortunate. I do believe that I am seeing more, people of different sizes and colors and shapes and sizes now in the media. I think it's slowly getting there. But I think the most important thing is that we uplift one another. And it's not about the media, but it's about when you see a friend, how are you doing? You look fantastic, or it's just, reminding each other that really beauty is truly from within too. And I know people say that, but it really is. Like, I've never been more happy. I have a few more wrinkles, but I mean, it doesn't really bother me so much because I've finally established a strength within myself, and I know who I am, and I know my intentions. However, sometimes if I hurt someone's feelings or whatever, and it's like I know who I am, and I know I don't do that on purpose, and I think that's the most important because all of us make mistakes. No one's perfect, and it's about self-love. That's why with the Children's Project, what's my goal? It's mindfulness tools, teaching kids to love themselves first. Then, because when you love yourself, then you can love others, and then you can take care of the planet. It's not the other way around. You can't love another if you don't truly love yourself. So, so it really starts from within. Once again, it's about just, with the media, it's like, I think we just have to, like, once again, use the platforms like the platform you have, and just stay diligent to acknowledging the beauty that we are, because if we don't and we listen to outside ourselves, we're gonna go right down the rabbit hole.
I completely agree, and just reflect it back in the other women that are in your life. And and again, like you were saying, if you make a mistake and say something that hurts somebody, like I did that recently, totally unintentional, and I just called and said, listen, I'm sorry. I just made amends. Like, I'm sorry. And it was just like, I acknowledged it. It was, things happen. And, sometimes a judgment will come out, and I'm like, it's so not where I was, what my intention was. And so, I just asked for forgiveness, and we move on,
Well, and life isn't about perfection. It's process, right? So that's why I also believe mindfulness is so important. Mindfulness tools, learning to take that pause, because, we have our thoughts, and if we don't just take a pause, we have that feeling and we want to just boom. And it's like, if you learn to practice, what you practice grows. You'll learn to feel that feeling, and to be able to be a nurture with that feeling, that where you're triggered, and then so that you don't destroy, but sometimes, sometimes we do. And we have to learn to forgive ourselves and forgive others, and
know that we're all just trying to do the best we can, and again, to keep learning and keep practicing that pause, that space between stimulus and response, right? So can I ask you, where did you, because I've studied mindfulness and meditation now for a long time, and I'm curious where you learned about it, and if did you study, or did you self-taught, or your mindfulness learning? Or
well, it's interesting. It was kind of, I don't want to say by default, but I took a job at a salt cave in Darien, Connecticut, and they had asked me to do actually originally it was to do these small concerts in the cave. And I thought, I should do more like a guided meditation. So I created my own line of like musical guided meditations, where I would do a guided meditation into the stores, and now in some songs. And so it's kind of really from there, and taking on that job, that I really started to practice the, learning how to calm my mind, and the meditation, and I, and it's like, being a very sensitive, kind of anxious person I already am, I've had to kind of learn it for survival.
I hear you, sister. I hear you. That's what it was for me. And I think as a sensitive and a musician, like it's the creating guided meditations probably came kind of natural, like, because it's.
I love to do the meditations in the cave because I need it.
Yeah. Exactly. I teach yoga because I need it. Right. I get it. That's makes perfect sense to me. I was just curious about that.
Yep.
So, if age was not a factor, which I don't think it is for you, but is there anything that you would like to learn, try, or experience?
As you said, I'm doing it. I'm launching this, whole children's, maybe I'll be working with Disney, and, I want to be the next Disney princess in her 40s. Why not?
Why not? Absolutely. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. you know?
So why not? I mean,
Right.
why not have an older princess,
Yeah.
who's connected in herself and able to be that presence, you know?
Exude joy the way you do, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So I'm not even going to ask this question, but it was real. The question was about what you would want for like future generations or for kids to get right. But I think it's what you said about self-love and, presence and mindfulness and being kind to one another. It all kind of, it's just, I could answer the question for you because I heard you and I completely agree with you. I didn't know, but we didn't learn that. It's like, why don't I teach kids? Like, you love you. I mean, it's just so
But you
important.
know what? But once again, that's what my EP is really for the parents. Well, it's for families, but it's like one of the songs is "Children Will Listen," and I think we need to love ourselves and forgive ourselves, because if we do that, the kids will just see that naturally. You
Hmm.
can't say for your child to love themselves if you don't love yourself. So
Yeah.
it's a partnership.
Right.
So
I
yeah.
agree. I agree. Especially moms with daughters. Like I see, like, you can't be criticizing all of yourself and then expect your daughters not to start to do that to themselves.
They will start, and even if you don't say anything, they'll just do it. You're like, where did that come from? It's like, oh,
Right. Well, then there's the media and all the other things that are going at them
yeah.
too. So yeah, but if at home you can just be that place of just unconditional, you are perfectly perfect, imperfect because you are who you are, because you're here, right? A part of nature, a part of everything.
Totally.
All right, so we're going to do a quick speed round because I don't want to take your whole day, beautiful day, since you're out on the gorgeous outside in the beautiful day in the water. So I think you said I'm just going to go with the question. You can answer it as whatever comes to mind. But I think you shared this. But what was your first job growing up? Was it a waitress?
No, my first job was working in the lingerie department in Sears.
Love it. Love it. Okay. I don't know if you're a TV watcher, but are you currently binging anything on TV?
I am. It's a Prime Amazon Prime series called Switched at Birth. It's good.
Oh, oh wow. I'm going to write that one down. Switch my birth. Okay. I'm writing all of everybody's down. Okay. So, three things you can't live without.
Freedom, music,
Mm,
the water.
mm. Nice, nice, nice. Well, you've traveled the world, but is there a place like a dream destination that you love or that you've been to or that you wish to go to?
I want to go to Machu Picchu.
So do I.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. It's on my
Maybe we
vision
need to
board.
go on a pilgrimage there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to go. I want to go, and I want to try uh, ayahuasca. I want to have an experience there. It's been on my vision board now a couple of years. Yes, let's do that together. That would be fun. Amazing. Let's see. My superpower is
My voice,
beautiful. What are you most grateful for?
my husband.
Mm. Newlywed woman.
Yeah.
It all comes down to
Self-love,
success is.
peace, inner peace,
Mm-hmm. That's mine answer too. I believe in.
the power of the human soul to heal and to thrive,
Nice. Relationships are.
vital for our well-being.
Nice. Sisterhood is.
Soul connection.
Mhm. That's it. Do you have any favorite quote or words to live by?
I would say be the change you wish to see in the world.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, we're going to go with two last questions. So, since we are in the Ageless Goddess Vibe tribe, what does it mean to be ageless, in your opinion? First, ageless, and then what does it mean to be an ageless goddess?
To stay connected to that inner child within.
Mm-hmm.
And it's making time for play and for nurturing that part of ourselves to do things that bring us joy.
Absolutely. and to be an ageless goddess, because everybody, I think it can be I think, well, let me let you answer. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What is it like to be an ageless
What
goddess?
does it mean to be an ageless goddess?
It means personal empowerment to me, honoring empowering ourselves to just be ourselves, and that, it doesn't matter what age you are. You're always that, universal and unconditionally loved.
Yes, that inner goddess nature that is all in all of us, for sure. Beautiful. So can you tell the group how they can get in touch with you in order to learn more about your work, perhaps get some of your music and follow you, know where to find you, basically?
Yeah, I mean, my website is myname.com, so ChristinaConnors.com. And I do have a musical guided meditation out. It's 20 minutes, and it's called Aligning with Your Life Purpose, and it's on Amazon. You can get that on Amazon. I also have a restful sleep meditation, guided meditation for children. So if you have a child and you want to access that, it's a beautiful, soothing journey through the soulful forest. And that's all on my website, ChristinaConnors.com. And my album Dream Bigger is on YouTube. It's on iTunes. You can find that anywhere. You can just actually go on YouTube and just put my name up there, and my album should pop right up. And my EP should be releasing in a couple months, so that should all be available on my website as soon as that comes out. And I'll post everything on the Ageless Goddess
That would
group
be
as
great.
well.
Please do. And the climb video, is that also on your website?
It is. I think it's on my homepage. Yeah.
Definitely check that out, everybody. But check out all of Christina's wonderful offerings. She's amazing. You're beautiful, inside and out. And I honor you, and I'm really grateful for you for doing this. So I thank you from my heart to yours, and appreciate you.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Thank you for, being the connector and the goddess that you are, and I'm just really grateful. Thank you so much.
All right, sweetie. Take good care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Enjoy the beautiful day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.